Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
We're tracking the first major snowstorm of the season and the impact it's having on drivers across the state.
Snow showers causing problems into parts of central and eastern Kentucky. Now we await the Arctic cold. The full details coming up.
Fan shaming pays off for a Kentucky native. Meet the Bengals fan who didn't let an interception ruin her game. WKYT News at 4:30 starts now.
Good afternoon on this Monday. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting heavy snowfall right now here on Winchester Road. It's made travel very tricky out there. Also, dozens of school districts either delayed or called off classes.
And now it is the freezing cold air that is continuing to move into our area, and we could hit some record lows. We begin with WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey on this first alert severe weather day. Chris?
Guys, you mentioned that heavy snow. We're under one of those heavy snow squalls on the east side of Lexington now. It's reducing visibility to under a mile in many cases. We're looking down Winchester Road. You see the interstate traffic going by here. The signs down here not quite a mile away from us, and as you can see, boy, snow is really coming down here. It's putting down a quick coating, covering everything up, and with a 22-degree temperature right now, it's not going to take a whole lot of snow to cause slick roads out there, and it is hitting in time for that evening commute. Worst possible time to get some snow showers and squalls. Had this a couple of times last winter, if you recall, that hit right around 4 or 5 o'clock, leading to, at that point, hundreds of accidents. Let's hope that is not the case this go around. Look at the wind chill. Feels like it is 8 degrees as of right now in Lexington. Live First Alert Defender picking up on these snow showers and squalls across parts of central Kentucky as of now. Greatest concentration, Cynthiana, Mount Sterling, Winchester, back into the bluegrass region. These are coming at us in waves, so it may lighten up a little bit, get a few snow flurries, and all of a sudden another blinding squall comes through. And the flakes now are of Arctic nature because it is so cold, so they don't have as much water, so the radars aren't going to pick them up very well because they're a drier snow compared to what we had this morning. But additional flakes, guys, will come by our skyline through the evening. Slow go for that trip home from work and school and in most of the area. And guys, as you mentioned, record cold tonight. We'll touch on that when I come back in a few.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. How much snow you have depends on where you live.
That's right. People to our north saw higher snow totals than here in Lexington. Victor Puente begins our top story team coverage with a look at conditions in Scott County.
The roads in Sadieville looked pretty good by this afternoon, but that heavy snow kept some people inside. One local store says that took a slice out of their business. The Sadieville grocery store had planned to roll out their new pizzas today with a grand opening. They say the snow put a halt in that idea.
We've not saw 20 people through lunch.
All across Sadieville, the snow is still thick and it isn't going anywhere. These horses seem to be the only ones enjoying the weather. Over on Vine Street, the driver of this truck got stuck after sliding down the hill and nearly hitting this home. That's not surprising considering the shape these roads were in this morning.
Oh, they were awful. I think I drove in second gear all the way here. I was scared I was going to burn my engine up.
And while the pizza isn't selling like they'd hoped, that hasn't stopped them from making it for the few who do make the trip. The Sadieville grocery store plans on having another grand opening for their pizza. Their hope is to do that next Monday. In Scott County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Here in Lexington, snow moved in just in time for the morning commute and continues during this late afternoon commute. The city of Lexington told us that crews worked 12-hour shifts to keep the roads clear. Fayette County Public Schools decided to have class, but with a delay. Students showed up for school 2 hours later than usual. As of noon today, Lexington police reported 22 crashes starting at 6 a.m. 2 of those involved injuries. Now, this early blast of winter also dumped just enough snow in Franklin County to cause problems for drivers there.
Police say there were 6 fender benders, but no major problems. No one was hurt in any of those crashes. The snow also forced Franklin County schools to cancel classes. Frankfort Independent had school, but on a 1-hour delay. This early blast of winter dumped several inches of snow all across the state. If you have pictures, we would love to see them. You can help us out by using the hashtag WKYTRulesWinter. Our Jim Caldwell takes a look at several eyewitness pictures from our viewers and fills us in on all the snow totals across our region.
A wintry scene from the Capitol in Frankfort today. A beautiful shot from our own Sean Moody. We look toward the Henry Clay Estate. Some light snow accumulation there as well. How about a shot from the folks out around Woodford County? More light snow showing up there. End of Versailles as well, again tracking more snow and a very nice scene. We move our way into Scott County, where we're tracking snow on the rooftops and through the yard. And then we're back and again in Scott County with more of the heavier snow. How about some blowing snow also thrown into the mix across parts of Woodford County? And then we move our way back into Scott County. See the trend? A lot more snow in those areas. Time stamping it for us again in Scott County. We go to Anderson County with more snow, and from John Austin Jenkins, our very own WKYT Rules Winter Ruler. In Lexington, I'm WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Well, remember, you can track severe weather when you are away from your TV on WKYT.com. You can take control of an interactive First Alert Defender and zoom right into your neighborhood. You can also download the WKYT First Alert Defender radar app for your iPad or your smartphone. Just search for WKYT in your app store.
For the 16th time this year, someone has been shot to death in Lexington. The latest shooting happened yesterday in the city's East End. Police say that 31-year-old Walter Gray was shot several times on Warnock Street. He died at UK Hospital. No arrests have been made, and police have not released any details about the shooter. Of the 16 homicides in Lexington this year, 7 of them so far are unsolved.
A Kentucky State Police trooper is on administrative leave after a deadly shooting. It happened last night on Hazel Lawn Drive in Shelbyville. Police say a woman called because a man was in her driveway. When a trooper arrived, KSP says the suspect fired several shots. The trooper took cover and then fired back, killing the gunman. The victim and the trooper involved have not been identified. State police are still searching for the relationship between the victim and the woman who first called police. A Kentucky native is in the national spotlight after a steal off the field.
She really wanted this football. The Bengals fan came out with the ultimate win after a Saints fan committed what some are calling the height of unsportsmanlike behavior. Rebecca Smith has a look at the catch seen around the world.
Dalton keeps, rolls, throws, touchdown! Jermaine Gresham.
That right there's the touchdown that led to the elbow seen round the world. Krista Barrett, a Versailles native, now lives in New Orleans. She was cheering on the Cincinnati Bengals at the Saints game last night when Bengals player Jermaine Gresham scored. He ran over to the stands and tried to toss Barrett the ball. That's when a Saints fan next to her snatched it up. Some would say he elbowed her. She even begged for him to give the ball back. He didn't. Barrett said she's not mad at the fan. She later found out he's had those seats for decades and has never caught a ball.
I was very surprised by it. You know, I live here now. I think the Saints organization is amazing. I love any Saints fans. I work with a bunch of Saints fans.
In the end, all was well. The Saints organization decided to give Barrett a special ball.
For them to make that effort to come and to give me a game ball, I think it was amazing.
Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
An organization has offered Barrett a signed ball, but she's hoping to turn that offer into something more. She wants to do something to help Bengals player Devon Still's daughter in her fight against cancer. If you're looking for some inside fun to escape all this cold weather, consider heading over to Keeneland.
The second annual Sporting Art Auction is taking place on Wednesday. Our Deanne Stevens is out and about with a sneak peek. Hi, Deanne.
Good afternoon from the Keeneland Sales Pavilion, where they are preparing for a great big event happening here this Wednesday. It's one you definitely want to be a part of. It is their Sporting Art Auction. Things kicking off at 4 o'clock here on Wednesday. But here's the cool part. You're getting a sneak peek today. Look at this magnificent artwork. The colors in this are just beautiful. Greg Ladd is with us from Crossgate Gallery. I got a funny photographer. He's all full of jokes today, isn't he? Tell us about this piece here.
Well, it's Leroy Neiman, an original piece by Leroy Neiman, and we have actually 4 Neimans in the auction this year. This majestic prince winning the Derby, and the 5th Derby won by Bill Hartack, so a really important piece. And we have a lot of good pieces, though.
Yes, you do. And you have pieces that aren't just about the racetrack or horses.
Exactly. We have some marine pictures, all of which sort of fall under the sporting art umbrella. Marine pictures, shooting and fishing. And this happens to be by a British artist by the name of Firth, who produces, 4 or 5 paintings a year, but it's beautifully painted, beautifully detailed, and he's a big name over there.
This is really a great opportunity for people who may not have had the opportunity to be at your gallery to come here to Keeneland.
Exactly. Well, last year was successful. This is our 2nd year, so we're excited about it.
And I'm sure you're happy to be a part of such a charitable event.
Absolutely, and Keeneland, the association with Keeneland is wonderful for me.
All right, Walt Robertson is with Keeneland, VP of Sales, and our fabulous auctioneer for the Sporting Art Auction. You said, Deanne, all of these, every piece I stop at, you're like, that's a great one too. These are phenomenal pieces.
We've got 175 pieces, and we're happy with every single one of them.
Talk about the charity side of this, the charitable side that you guys are connecting.
Well, Keeneland has, since time began, donated to many charitable endeavors, both within the community and the industry, and this will, what we make off of this will go directly to any number of charitable endeavors that we are involved in.
So folks can come on out actually tomorrow. Doors will be open about all day for them to come and see the artwork, and then things get started at 4 o'clock on Wednesday?
They can come tomorrow from, I think, 11 until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then stay right through sale time on Wednesday from 10 till whenever we get done. We'll start at 11, probably get done about 7:30.
Okay, and you can also pre-register if you would like to be a part of the auction on Wednesday night. You can pre-register at thesportingartauction.com. Come on out and be a part of the event Wednesday happening here at Keeneland. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
Comedian and actor Bill Cosby continues his national stand-up tour despite some new allegations of sexual assault. His attorney released a statement before his performance in Erie, Pennsylvania, saying Cosby would not dignify decades-old discredited claims of sexual abuse with a response. Now, this is his first reaction to an increasing uproar over allegations he assaulted several women in the past. Back in 2006, he settled a lawsuit filed by a woman who said he had drugged and raped her. Cosby will perform here in Lexington at the Singletary Center for the Arts in Lexington on March 15th.
We have a programming note that we want to pass along to you. This past Friday night's episode of Jeopardy was preempted because of CBS's coverage of the Hollywood Film Awards. That episode of Jeopardy will now air tonight at 6:30 on the CW Lexington. Again, the November 14th episode of Jeopardy that did not air will be on tonight at 6:30 on the CW Lexington.
Just in time for the holiday season, a man in Oregon trying to set the world record for building the largest nutcracker. Find out how tall it stands coming up.
Giant nutcracker, a divine sighting, and trashy fashion. It is the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
In time for the holiday season, a man in Oregon is trying to set the record for the world's largest nutcracker. The nutcracker is so big it can even crack a coconut. Some builders from different companies came together to build this nutcracker. The builders say theirs is 40 feet tall, which would beat the current record holder. That nutcracker is in Germany. It's 33 feet tall. This nutcracker will be shown off at the Festival of Lights in Roseburg, Oregon, before Thanksgiving.
Chris Bailey, you need that for your collection. A tree in Polk City, Iowa has become somewhat of a tourist attraction. Some people say they see the Virgin Mary growing right out of its trunk. The shape in question is about 6 feet high, and people have been leaving flowers there. Others say they don't see the Virgin Mary, but they do see Jesus. And another small group believes the image actually resembles Mary holding baby Jesus. It's not clear when people started noticing the tree or who owns the land that it stands on.
Well, don't you dare call these women trashy. These models strutted their stuff this weekend at the Trashin' Fashion Show. The designers of these fabulous designs included high schoolers and professionals. They took a page out of Oscar the Grouch's book and created outfits from reclaimed, recycled, or found materials. Organizers of the trashiest show in New Mexico say they want to show the people that the value of recycling is there, and they did it with clothing looking like this. So give them an A for effort and some creativity there.
Yeah, very creative to say the least. All right, stick with us. We have more coming your way now at 5 o'clock, including more on this bitterly cold weather.